I originally wanted to become a textile artist to develop a holistic approach to designing. Traditionally, a textile designer will create the textiles and then clothing designers will come to market and purchase already printed or already designed textile. But I thought, how do you really create a vision of your own using someone else's artwork? My name is Kate DePara and I'm a textile designer. A textile artist is someone who essentially applies color and texture to surfaces. Textiles are materials that are derived from fibers and yarns. So we have woven textiles, knitted textiles, and what we call non-woven. What I love about textile design is that I can start from anywhere. I can start from a drawing, a painting, a photograph. Working digitally, you can exercise a lot of different creative outlets. My textile designs are inspired by everyday occurrences and objects, whether it's a color or a texture or a pattern or just an ordinary object. I started designing patterns and garments after having been in grad school for a few years and studying fibers and material development. So strictly textiles and textile design. So it was a really natural progression for me. And also, I felt like I saw a lack in the marketplace as a consumer and as a woman. My step-by-step process always starts from a place that I can't necessarily predict. It always starts with creativity. So I go on walks. I try to put myself in situations that I'm not normally in. I try to travel, to have quiet time and think and write. So this is where I get my ideas. I just try to find myself in a place where I can get inspired. From there, I settle on a couple of themes. So themes that aren't necessarily particularly related to one another, whether it's a color or texture, an object. And then from there, I refine the concept. Over and over and over again, I edit. Editing is such a huge part of the process. From there, I actually marry the color and the texture with the textile and try to decide what will be a good fit and create the textiles with the season in mind, whether it's fall or spring. And then once I have the textiles in, I kind of reassess everything and feel them, touch them, see what the drape is like and what I think it'll look like on a final piece. And from there, I design the patterns. So I don't start with the muslin. I feel like starting with a fabric that has a different hand is really complicated and it is completely different from the final product. It would probably be a lot more economical if I did, but I start with the silk and the cotton and I go ahead and start cutting and make a first sample and then draft a pattern from that. And then edit the pattern several times and work with my pattern maker and seamstress on making a good fitting garment. I think our textiles are unique in that we are using a variety of different processes. So we're hand dyeing, screen printing, block printing, digitally printing. We're trying to use all of the different methodologies in textile design to get really unique effects. Each process has its own special sort of quirk or trademark, and I like to celebrate those. I want people to take away from my designs a sense of confidence, definitely comfort, and overall beauty.